The stimulus negotiations are off. If the speaker is willing to look at those things on a piece-by-piece basis, then we're willing to look at it.
Well, the big deal might be dead, but there could still be a lifeline for the airline industry. The Treasury Secretary and the Speaker of the House were back on the phone again yesterday. They talked twice about a standalone bill for the airlines. Now, both in the House and in the Senate, there are proposals that would provide $25 billion in relief and extend the payroll support program through March. Now, the House took up that measure last week, but it was quickly blocked by Republicans over procedural issues. Over in the Senate, there is a bipartisan bill with 2 Republican and 2 Democratic co-sponsors. Now, I am told that after the president tweeted, Commerce Committee Chairman Roger Wicker started polling his colleagues to see if there was any potential hope of moving that legislation forward.
I would presume that the most you will get is something targeted on those industries which are truly in cardiac arrest, such as the airline industry, maybe something to reboot the small business community's efforts. But beyond that, I don't see anything happening. There's some very substantive questions about whether states should be bailed out, because a lot of these states, like Illinois, for example, have massive pension overhang that I, as a person from New Hampshire, who has a fairly substantively strong state, do not want to have to pay for. And then you also have this issue of lawsuits, which is a non-start. If McConnell doesn't get his lawsuit reform language in there, so people can't be sued for having employees who ended up being laid off because of coronavirus, he's probably not going to go forward with anything. So I think a very small package, or not small, it'll be fairly large actually, but a package which is very targeted on industries which are in cardiac arrest is about the best you can expect.
Well, first of all, I think it's not just the Democrats. I think it was the chairman of the Fed who said that we shouldn't underinvest in a recovery. We should invest adequately. And I think Senator Gregg is right. We are likely to get what he described, which is a limited piecemeal, if we get that. But I don't think it's the right outcome. And I'm particularly concerned, and it ought to concern us all, that the objection is about, bailing out blue states and red states not needing it, so-called. There are Americans living in all of those states, and many of those Americans are hurting.
The partisanship is just totally ruining everything for us.
We've dipped into savings that are supposed to be for our kids. And I just don't know if there's recovery from that if nothing gets done.